Just getting everything set up, and I should be with you in a momento. So, hello and welcome to a brand spanking new Crafty Simulations live video. That's right, it's been a while since I've done a live video. Normally I do these live videos quite sparingly, but normally I use a live video for a flight in what is described by me as, that doesn't really mean too much, but I do like this twin-engined aircraft you see before you. It is the Cowes DA42 Twin Star. And as you know, or anyone knows off this channel, I loves me a Twin Star. So what I tend to do is I do these live videos where I will take the Twin Star on a flight from an airfield to a different airfield. So we've done quite a few flights now, and we've been basing this aircraft out of Burning Blue Designs Compton Abbas. And we'll be flying over to another Burning Blue Designs airfield, and that will be Goodwood in Chichester. So I'm just getting my paperwork all correct. So it's a little bit different than a normal video in the fact of I've got different things to go on about, but yes, just making sure that everything is correct. So I've got my little chart map book here, my Pooley's Flight Guide to UK, sorry, the UK even. It's 2024 edition, and I have got Chichester / Goodwood already loaded up on my physical paper map. And hopefully, if Simbrief is working properly, I will have a route lined up. Welshie, good evening, sir. Nice to have you along. So yeah, it's going to be a little flight. It's, well, not the longest flight in the world, but I will be hopefully remembering how to fly this aircraft. It has been a while. I've done a few videos in other aircraft. Mostly RAF training aircraft, but anyway. So we're back in the DA42 Twin Star. There has been an update to DA42. We're now at 1.2.0. I've got the update loaded, but I don't actually have the specs for what actually was included in it. I might have to try and load that up on my flight, on my phone, and go through it a little bit, because there's been quite a few little tweaks here and there. This will be the first flight of 1.2.0. And for those that are flying the DA40, the latest Cowes aircraft, that's also been updated, but I can't remember which version that's set at now. So anyway, oh, Kitty Hawk, yes, I know, that just got released, didn't it? Yes, I haven't got it yet. It is on the list. There's a list about a mile long for content I need to create, but yeah, Kitty Hawk, I'm glad you mentioned that. Latest Burning Blue Designs airfield's just been released yesterday, I want to say. Yeah, I think it was yesterday it was released. I don't normally feature too many American content, but yeah, for Burning Blue Designs, I will be going over to America. Don't know what aircraft I'm going to be in, but hey ho, we'll figure that out in the future. Anyway, so let's stop prattling on about that. Let's make sure the mouse works. Yeah, that's helpful. So, here we are. Oh god, if I can remember how this thing works. Right, so first of all, I'm going to need those up, for sure. Thank you, lock those off. Right. So, we have enough fuel for the flight. There's one passenger in this aircraft. Me, or one pilot, I should say. Right. So, I'm just going through my head what I've got everything done. I think I have. Now's the time to find out when you haven't. Right, battery on, position lights on. We'll let the avionics power up. Just take a bit of a while to load up. We'll let the everything settle down. Right, so fuel systems are on. Checking controls. One throttle. Where is it? Two throttles. Stick works. Rudders work. Hey, we're on to a winner. Right, so fuel pumps 1 and 2 on, batteries on, lights are on, fuses are all in. Haven't been in this aircraft for a while, so wouldn't be unknown for Cowes to throw something in an update to confuse me. Right, so we'll shut this up. I'll open the gap flap. Right, so we are clear on the left side, clear, and the front clear on the right. Nice bit of clipping there, Trackir. Got the burning blue design Cessna sitting off our right wing, and what we got on this one? Oh, the Robin, I do believe that is. Right, so we shall start on the left engine first. So brakes are set. About ready. Making for left glow light to go out. And it's out. I'll have a clip up. And right. Thanking you. The AV on. Fuel pump off. Fuel pump is on for right engine. Right fuel system is on. Yeah, oil pressure lights all right. And we have a good start. Fuel system, tank off. Oh, how much is the cow's DA42? I shall have a look for that. Stop Trackir off and bouncing around for a minute. So, coming up on Cow's website, it's $29.99 US dollars, so whatever that equates to in English. You can buy it on Orbix Direct, which is where I got it from. It's 21, according to Orbix this is, it's £21.70, 25 euros 50 cents, and $27.95 US dollars, so yeah. But like I say, it's available on Orbix Direct, which is where I got mine from, which I generally find is actually quite useful. Right, so let's run through the last of our startup checks. So both engines are running quite happily. Oil temps are good. Let's bring that up actually. Pull that out. So I do try to fly these aircraft, I say sort of realistically, as realistic as I possibly can. So we will be waiting for the oil temperatures to come up. What we got here? De-icer leak. Yeah, I'm putting de-icer in the aircraft because it is now coming into summer, so we shouldn't need it. I think our cruising altitude is going to be something in the region of about 4,000 to 6,000 feet, depending on clouds. Obviously, VFR rules. Actually, talking of that, while we're warming up, if I remember how to do this, which I don't, that. Never can remember how to do this. Active flight plan, flight plan catalogue, that's what I want. That's what I want, and I want that one. So this is loading up the flight that I've already set up in Simbrief. So I'm not actually going to be loading the flight up button by button, command by command in here. So what I've done is I've loaded in the Simbrief, and we'll load this up, and hopefully, yay, we get a flight. That one. That's what I want. So yeah, our flight routing is going to take us down over the south coast as we head over towards Goodwood. What we got? We haven't got an ETA yet, but that's fine. So yeah, should be nice and simple. Yeah, well, the A2A Comanche. Oh, for ages. I know, it's such a great little aircraft, isn't it? I mean, I've got it on the sim. I haven't featured it because Well, because I've had so many other great aircraft to fly, but I use an add-on linker to organise my aircraft, and the A2A Guangxi 250 is sat in my hard drive, but it's not actually live in my sim. I don't know whether you use an add-on linker as well, but yeah, it is a cracker little aircraft. I mean, it's A2A, isn't it? I mean, it was never getting to get back to that. I wish they'd release some more aircraft, I really do. Maybe with 2024 here, there might be. Right, so transponder. Yeah, add-on linker is a really great little piece of software, because I was always a little bit worried about hard drive space. I mean, I don't have a hard drive space issue, but what it allows you to do is have my C drive is obviously where Microsoft Flight Simulator lives, but my D drive is where the aircraft live and all my sceneries and all that. So I've got them organised into separate files instead of all going into the community file. An add-on linker allows me to, with like one or two clicks, I can put an aircraft into the sim and take it out. So when I'm doing a review, I install it, I play it, I may have the aircraft for a little bit longer, or I will take it out, whichever way it is. I'll unlink it from the sim. It's a really, really good piece of software. Right. Yes, Just Flight's PA28, yeah, cracker little aircraft as well. CDI needs to be on GPS, that's remembered. Right, so we'll set up for 4,000. Right, so oil temperatures come up on the left engine, on the right engine it's not a million miles behind. What we really want to be paying attention to is gearbox temperatures, which is all in the green. So let's pull this back out again. Right, so clear on the left side, clear on the right side, and let's go out for a little taxi. Yeah, the add-on linker is a really cracking piece of software. I got it from pretty much day one release, just really to organise stuff, because I know in FSX days, I don't know whether you had the same journey with FSX, but it had a different file system structure. Whereas FS 2020 came out and everything had to be put in your community file. It's not really organised. It's alphabetically organised, but it's not organised into scenery, sounds, aircraft, helicopters, things like that. So the add-on linker allows you to basically sort your file structure out. So I've got an aircraft file, a helicopter file, repaints file, sounds file, things of that nature, and I can add and link and remove and generally do stuff to make things a little bit easier for myself. So yeah, it is a cracking piece of software. Flaps down for approach or takeoff. I would say the Cows aircraft. I mean, you've obviously seen my content. I do create quite a bit of content around this particular aircraft. Yeah, it's a cracker. It really is. It's one of the best. It's definitely up there. You won't be disappointed. But if you do like single engine stuff, they have got the DA40, so you know they have pretty much got everything covered. Right, so to the end of runway 26. So we'll just check everything's all right with our temperatures. Should be absolutely fine now. Yeah, so we've got a de-icing warning, that's fine. I don't have any de-icing fluid. We'll reset the fuel system, that's fine. Pull that back out. Put the heading bug to somewhere roughly on a runway heading. Right, so we have transponder is set to squawking 7000. We're now squawking altitude 7000. That's set. Autopilot is set. Looks like we'll be climbing out for a 4,000 foot. And then we are set at a rather weird angle. Right. Fuel system, fuel pumps coming on. pitot heat coming on. Don't really need it, but it does get rid of that warning. It will come back in a minute. There we go, that's perfectly normal. I'll put that onto there. Right. I'm bound to have forgotten something. Oh yeah, lights, that's what. Strobe lights and landing lights. Let's get on over to Goodwood. Ooh, I know I was going to forget something. Engine run up. This is the best part of this aircraft. It's an automated run up system. You just click this little hidden click spot here and you can test the ECUs. So we'll do that. Run it up twice, and that'll do. Wonderful thing about this aircraft. I think even the DA40 does that as well. Right, so controls are set, autopilot is set, navigation is set, fuel pumps are on, flaps are down one stage, lights are set, fuel system is set. Now, let's go over to Goodwood. Just moving that a bit further forward. Right, Compton Abbas, it's been a blast. Airspeed's alive. There's full throttle up. $60 knots, 70 knots. And she's up. Tap the brakes. Wheels coming up. Certainly lovely views in this area of the world. Flaps on. Is it true Guy Ritchie owns it? I do believe he is. He bought it I want to say it was a few years ago now. The airfield was due to close. The original owners obviously couldn't afford to run it, and he bailed them out, or he bought it. I don't know whether he runs it now. I think he does. So hello. Autopilot coming on. Heading hold on. A 700-foot rate of increase. Right, so that'll allow me to concentrate on some other things. And yeah, Burning Blue Designs. Well, you know how good their scenery is. It is a bit of a challenge airfield to get in and out of because it's sat on a hill, literally on a hill. If you don't get your approach right and you stall, for instance, you'll hit the hill. And likewise, if you don't get your airspeed up on your takeoff, you'll be falling down the hill. So it is quite a difficult airfield to get in and out of. Switch ourselves over to nav hold. Autopilot is set for nav hold. We'll intersect with the magenta line for our first of our routing. P's and P's look good. Yes, I think BB Designs do know that they have a little bit of a gap in the Welsh catalogue for airfields. I don't know if they have any plans to bring Welshpool or another airfield into being. I dare say they have got a wish list. So 4,000 feet, fuel pumps coming off. Settle down for the cruise. Yeah, I think I mentioned some time ago about them making a piece of scenery for Wales. I think it's about time, I suppose. But like I say, they've got a list of creations to create, and I dare say there is obviously legal restrictions and physical restrictions as to how they get their permissions to actually create an airfield. You don't just create it out of thin air. There's a lot of photography and a lot of work that goes in the creation of a piece of scenery, especially at the level that BBD do. Absolutely love this aircraft, I really do. It's one of the first ones that I bought and I really did fall in love for. I had the chance to walk around one of these. I think it was when I was in Malta, I want to say. There was a flying club there and they had a DA42 parked up, and it is such a elegant piece of aerodynamics. It's totally different from anything that we've seen before. Such a different way of designing an aircraft. It's elegant from any which way you look at. Fully capable of long distance cruising. Go to the south of France in one of these things. One of these days I will create a live flight where I actually fly out of the country. Yes, the wings are, it's a kind of like a little trait of Diamond, because they do many different variants of aircraft, and I can't think which aircraft. It's the DA42, I want to say, which is like a powered glider, so it has an engine. It is classed as an aircraft, but it has wings that are immensely long for the size of the fuselage, and immensely thin little wings. You'd look at them and go, they're a glider set of wings, and it does that, obviously for, well, the way it was designed. It is designed to be like one up on a glider. And I suppose Diamond technically did keep the concept of long wings like that. But you're right, it's a beautiful aircraft. I can bring up Discord on my phone, I might be able to bring up the update list that came out for this aircraft. So like I said at the start of the video, we've had 1.2.0 just released. Well, it's a few days ago it's been released. So this is one of the things I like about cows. I'm not knocking anyone else, I'm not knocking Just Fly to A2A or anyone like that, but cows do tend to make some pretty awesome little updates, and they release these updates and they cover subtle little tiny things that make this aircraft better and better every different variant. So for 1.2, we've had in the flight, model and power plant list of updates. We've had the FADEC improvements, so that's to do with the engine, improved startup, improved ground shake under load, fixed reduced rudder deflection, improved stall behaviour, increased flap lift, reduced ground effect, corrected TDI empty weight, fixed some fuel consumption inconsistencies. Stall flutter comes earlier with ice build-up, that's a bit of realism. Ice will no longer accumulate on the ground, it's probably for the best. Removed FS brake input curve, removed and replaced FS brake stiction, and removed unusable fuel. It's a little tiny little things that you probably wouldn't even notice, but it makes the aircraft so much better. Yes, Mr. Spock, love your name. Correct, the wings were designed and developed from a glider. Obviously it aids in lift, and obviously if you're comparing this kind of aircraft to a general aviation aircraft of the 70s and the 80s, you know, the Cessnas, the Pipers, the twin engine Pipers, things like that, they look of that era, whereas Diamond are now and in the future. So a lot of their aircraft are starting to look very futuristic. The fuselages look, I mean, this one, it's all elegant. Just no matter where you look at it, from whichever angle, it is an elegant looking aircraft. No, this is 2020. I have 2024, and if I'm perfectly honest with you, I'm very happy with 2020. But my internet is not the best. It really isn't. It runs 2024, but I wouldn't say it runs it reliable enough to create content. So, yeah, I fly on it once every couple of weeks just to see that, what kind of updates they've done to it. But until I get my internet sorted out, I don't really think 2024 is an option at the moment. So we also have on the update list under systems, so this is still in 1.2, we have new gyro with new cage simulation and toppling, improved AFCS behaviours, added autopilot servo resistance and fixes for FS24, and improved standby instruments and wing flex animation. Always thought those wings were quite strong, but yes, I dare say they would flex. I'm not going to try it. We've had sound updates with wind sounds now react to the angle of attack and slip. And under other, we have improved state saving consistency and added a few new items. Boatload of code optimizations, so it's all the stuff inside the aircraft. Improved behaviours between FS20 and 24. Fixed parking brake not being recognised by external programs, GSX, etc. Slewing resets to brake inputs. Model and texture fixtures, fixes even. Alternator switches now respond to alternator key bindings. And an added ECU failure debugging to in-game checklists and edits. So yeah, that's the level of updates that go into Cow's aircraft, and the DA40 got another update as well, along the same lines as that, but the DA40 is going to be as good as the DA42 here. It's going to be an awesome pairing of aircraft. Yeah, Spot, I agree. 2024, it's a very shiny sim. It looks really good. I did take this aircraft in 2024 a few months ago now, and I flew out my local airfield. Thank you, computer, catch up. I flew out of my local airfield and I was just staggered by the sun effects, the lighting effects. It was beautiful. But I'm the same. It needs patches. It needs work. Yeah, Welshie. I mean, we've all heard the issues that people have had. I would like to concentrate on people that say the sim's doing well, but I think the people that say the sim's doing well or have good experiences with the sim, they tend to get a little bit swallowed up by the complaints of so many people, because let's face it, it was quite a rough launch, probably one of the worst launches I can think of. But stability is a very important part of why we enjoy the sims, and if we're playing a sim that is basically not working properly, we don't enjoy it. So I'm happy that you've got 2 months use out of the sim and it's been working very well. I did get some good flights out of it, I'll give you that. I did get some good flights, but there were a few things that I'm not particularly happy with. Still staggers me for the days of FSX and FS 2004 where we've come to now, in the scenery quality. Yeah, well, see, I was the same. I built this computer for the day when 2024 was going to be released. So my computer's fine. The computer will run 2024 absolutely amazingly, but I don't have one gig internet, and it's really bugging me. I've had numerous arguments with numerous providers, and basically I just can't get it. So that's where my problems, I think, stem from. I just don't have a fast enough internet, and it just detracts from the whole experience of flying. I mean, at the moment, I'm loving it. I'm talking to you guys, autopilot set, aircraft's comfortable, on a nice little route. It's absolutely fun. But yeah, if I was doing this in 2024, it'd be completely different. But you're right, 6 months. I think it will be 6 months when they get round to there'll be a year anniversary or sim update, probably about 4 or 5 by then. I think it will be a very, very good simulator and a worthy replacement to 2020. If I remember correctly, Burning Blue Designs did create an airfield for the Isle of Man. Is it the Isle? No, I can't remember. Can't think where it is they created. Yeah, Virgin was one of the ones that I had an argument with. I won't go too much into the details of it, but yeah, it was a bit of a tit-for-tat argument, unfortunately. It will happen. I will get super fast internet or fibre, just unfortunately not yet. Oh, is it it's Isle of Wight. I always get the Isle of Wight, Isle of Man confused. But yeah, Burning Blue Designs did Sandown Airport. I'm not sure whether it's in my collection, but it would be somewhere on that island. Yes, well, I'll definitely catch you later. I'll see you in the Discord chat. And yeah, we'll have to arrange a group flight at some point. Get out a couple of Diamond aircraft. So yeah, have fun, mate. Good night, and I'll see you next time. Yes, Mr. Spock, the FADEC engines, they're absolutely amazing. Again, it's like it's going on into a different age of GA aviation. Obviously this is what this channel was based around, was general aviation aircraft, so Cessnas and Pipers, and they're all buttons and switches and levers, and they're very good, don't get me wrong, and there obviously is newer technology in Cessnas, but yeah, the FADEC system is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I mean, it's just such an automated system. I mean, this aircraft don't have prop pitch, doesn't have prop pitch, it doesn't have a mixture, so to speak. The computer just does it itself. I love the run-up of these engines. When I was reading the manual, which is probably the first time I've ever done it in my life, for the first time I had this aircraft, and I was like, so I don't have to sit the engines at, like, 1500 revs or 2000 RPM and do it all myself. They just press the buttons and do it all. The aircraft does it itself. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. Yes, Canada and anti-ice go together like, well, fish and chips for us in the UK. I think I was actually flying this aircraft in, like I say, in 2024, and I completely forgot about the anti-icing. And I was climbing up through the clouds, and it was winter, it was before Christmas, it was live weather, and I was looking at my monitor thinking, what's that dirt on my monitor? I couldn't quite see it because I was flying through the clouds, and once I broke through the clouds, I realised that I was icing everything up. The wings looked a little bit cold. So yeah, I can imagine in Canada, yes, anti-icing is definitely a very important system. Here in the UK, it's a little bit less so. Well, at the moment it is. I think today's temperatures were about 15 degrees. Bit windy, but 15 degrees, not bad. That was another thing we didn't have to worry about in the FSX days and FS 2004 days. We didn't have to worry about de-icing. It was a part of the aircraft, but it didn't actually have an effect on the aircraft, whereas now it most certainly does have an effect on the aircraft. Yeah, you're right. It's weird now how the icing conditions are very realistically brought into the aircraft and brought into the sim. I think it's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. I don't think I've managed to crash an aircraft due to icing. I usually crash it due to having no skill whatsoever. There's also another program, I was just looking at this. I've had it installed for quite a while. I don't know whether anyone's heard of it. Well, you've heard of it, whether you've got it installed or using it. But it's called Beyond ATC, because I still think, and even in 2024, the ATC is a little bit lacking. So I got Beyond ATC with the premise of having VFR, general aviation flying. It hasn't come out yet, that particular part of it. It's not been created. So I can't wait to have proper ATC. I've flown an IFR flight with this aircraft, Humberside to Blackpool, I think it was, with Beyond ATC, and it was fantastic. I cannot wait to actually get to do some general aviation VFR flying rules with that. Right, so we're not a million miles away from our approach, so let's start setting up the aircraft. Yeah, Beyond ATC, it's really a good program. It has been released, sort of working. It works more for airliners at the moment, but it allows you to physically talk, and the device actually works. The software works. It pays attention to you, and even my dulcet tones, it understood me. But also, if you don't need to talk, you can still collect through a menu system like the traditional ATC, but it's a lot more realistic. It's a lot more feature-rich, I think we'd call it. So somewhere down there is Goodwood. Sending through 31 for 20. Speed's good. Now, if I remember correctly, at the moment, yes, it is. It works, but you have to set it up for an IFR style of flight. So the visual flight rules, it's very limited in that aspect. But if you sign up for it, there's a little roadmap that brings up, and I do believe VFR 1 or version 1, which is what they're calling it, is 2 updates away. I don't know what time frame that puts it. It will be this year, but it will be coming out. It is something they're really looking into, and it's something that they've admitted themselves. It's a rather large side of flying that they haven't catered for. Now, I'm hoping that Simbrief has brought me on a route that will take me into runway... I forgot what runway we're going into. 3 something, wasn't it? Oh, that's going to bug me. Yeah, runway 32. It should be a grass strip. I love landing at grass strips. You can always never see them to the last possible second. Rob Jones, good evening, or good morning now, isn't it? No, still good evening. You join us on a attempted landing into Goodwood. Burning Blue Designs, of course. So autopilot's still flying the aircraft. And I'm now looking for a green runway on a green field. Lovely. Okay, have I loaded up the scenery? That's another thing. Well done, Crafty. Well done. Flies straight over the airfield. Ah, dear me. Well, there you go, Rob Jones. Now you're going to get to see me look like a complete Burke. Right, autopilot's coming off. Flight director's coming off. Totally did not do that on purpose. Oh look, there's an airfield. Who'd have thunked it? Although I'd like to, say that I'm going to blame the fact it's a grass airfield and a grass field and all that kind of business, I think there's a racetrack around it. I didn't even see the bloody racetrack. Typical. Looks like we're going to be landing. Trying to get a visual of what the runway looks like. Gear coming down. New trim. Watch the speed. Oh, trust me, Spock, I've done worse as well. I've enough times on flight simulators, I've had enough incidents. The airfield is now at 2 o'clock. I think we're looking like we're going to be landing on the brown bits. I think. I'm still not 100% where that runway is. I think I remember correctly, it is on the brown bit. So, flaps are down one stage, gear is down 3 green, and lot fuel pumps are on. Flaps landing. If I remember correctly, it's a nice long enough runway here. Touchdown. Yes, grass runways are interesting, shall we say, to land at. Now comes the next problem. Where the heck's a taxiway on these things? Yeah, not a bad landing for me. Normally I do like to bounce them. Not today. Right, so we'll have fuel pumps can come off, that's fine. We'll turn the pitot heat off, that'll put a warning on, that's fine. So welcome to Burning Blue Designs Goodwood. You may notice every now and again there will be cars going around this place. It is a racetrack literally around this airfield, which I mysteriously missed. Have a little tour around the place actually. Something about Burning Blue Designs, they do create some absolutely corking sceneries. Mr. Spock, it's been a pleasure to have you aboard. Live long and prosper, and I will see you next time. Right, left engine off, right engine off. Flaps are retracted. Fuels system off. I can find the click spot for this one, thank you. AV off, lights off, battery off. So, welcome to Goodwood. We'll be basing the DA42 at Goodwood for a while. We will be doing some more content around Goodwood. I don't think I've featured it in the channel before. So it'll be usual tour video, some more flights. We'll get some familiarisation around this airfield, because plainly I need it. And yeah, we'll go from there. Also, I like to do these little videos. Oh, I say little videos, the longest videos I ever do. But these live videos and take the aircraft, this particular aircraft, around the UK and around some great sceneries. Obviously, I've been covering Burning Blue Designs, and I do like to cover a lot of their content and create content around it. So, if you've got any questions or comments about Cow's DA42, we have been chatting about it while I was flying. There was a link, I think I put the link in the description. If I haven't, it's available also on Cow's own website, but also is available through Orbex Central or orbex.com, which is where I got it from. Burning Blue Designs. Likewise, I think it's the same. You've got Burning Blue Design's own website, and you also have Orbex's collection of Burning Blue Design's sceneries. Now, I will say this now. I know there's been a few issues regarding 2024 and Burning Blue Designs. I think, let's face it, there's a few issues around Flight Simulator 2024. They are working with Microsoft to get or Nasobo to get these issues sorted. I know the marketplace has just been released, and some things are releasing and some things are not in the marketplace. But just check on the website for Burning Blue Designs, and it gives you a list of what's available for the Sims. Also, go on the Discord channel as well. I think it's also best bet as well, because you'll get advice up to date as to what's happening and what has been released and what will work and what will not work. And you'll also get some cracking news on new updates as scenery gets tweaked to work with new Sims as we come out and get them released. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. Rob Jones, Burning Blue Designs do stunning work. You're darn right, they do fantastic work, absolutely cracking work. Glad that they do this in the Flight Simulator world. Helps me no end, because I like to do general aviation and VFR flying, which is what most of their airfields are. So yes, fantastic work. So yes, if you have any questions about the Diamond DA42 by Cows, bang them below. If you have any questions or comments about the sceneries, because we flew out of Burning Blue Designs Compton Abbas, and we've flown into Burning Blue Designs Goodwood after missing it. Typical me. I had it on the map and I still managed to miss it. Yeah, put them below and I'll quite happily point you in some directions of advice, or if I know it, I'll answer it quite happily. So yes, glad you've had the journey along with me, and I will see you guys in a future live video or future normal content video. See you next time.